A business traveler finishes a long workday in downtown Beijing. Instead of heading to the airport, he goes straight to the subway. He arrives at Beijing West Railway Station 30 minutes before departure. He boards a sleek train called the CR400AF-AE. At 9 p.m., the train silently accelerates to 350 kilometers per hour. The passenger climbs into a private bed and falls fast asleep. He is riding a high-speed sleeper train slicing through the dark. This is part of China's massive network of moving hotels. While he sleeps, advanced engineering keeps his cabin below 40 decibels. The next morning, he wakes up refreshed in downtown Hong Kong. He traveled 2,200 kilometers overnight without losing any daytime productivity. This infrastructure movement is completely shattering the domestic aviation industry. Short-haul airlines are facing a major structural economic collapse. On duplicate routes, 100% of commercial flights were permanently cancelled. But this trend presents a bizarre, counterintuitive spatial paradox. Passengers are intentionally choosing a mode that takes longer than flying. The direct flight takes only a few hours. The train takes over 10 hours. Yet, premium business commuters are happily abandoning planes for the tracks. They realized an airport flight is filled with high-friction dead time. But the sleeper train acts as a brilliant financial arbitrage tool. It converts travel hours into 100% reclaimed biological rest. It eliminates an expensive 1,200-yuan corporate hotel bill entirely. Here is how China engineered a moving hotel into a macroeconomic weapon. The secret behind this travel shift comes down to a clear mathematical equation. Economists call this process high-value microeconomic arbitrage. Travelers do not just compare the price of a standard ticket, they calculate the absolute net utility of the entire journey. On a long route like Beijing to Hong Kong, a flight costs about 1,300 yuan. That baseline cost is equal to roughly $190. But the hidden costs of flying quickly drain your corporate bank account. Add 150 yuan for an out-of-city taxi ride to peripheral airports. That extra cab ride adds another $20 to the bill. Then add a massive 1,200 yuan bill for a standard tier 1 hotel night. That means spending an additional $175 just to sleep. Worst of all, flying wastes 4.5 hours of active daylight productivity. Now compare that timeline to a ride on the CR400AF-AE sleeper train. A first-class sleeper berth costs a fixed 1,440 yuan. That price equals about $210 for the entire night. The train terminal is centrally integrated directly into the city core. You can ride a cheap 30 yuan metro line right to the platform. That quick subway ticket costs you only about $4. The absolute travel time takes place entirely within standard biological sleeping hours. This means your active opportunity cost drops to exactly zero. You completely wipe out a full night of expensive hotel lodging expenses. This friction gap turns the train into a powerful financial optimization mechanism. Travelers skip the endless packing and unpacking lines at airport checkpoints. Passing a passport scan lets you walk right onto the high-speed platform. You reclaim your time and save cash while hurtling through the night. To sleep soundly at 350 kilometers per hour, engineers had to conquer severe physics problems. The biggest enemy of a fast train is called hunting oscillation. This is a violent side-to-side wheel vibration that can easily cause a dangerous derailment. To stabilize the cabins, engineers upgraded the double-deck CRH-2E sleeper train. They raised the total axle load from 14 to exactly 15 tons. They optimized the mechanical gear ratio from 3.036 down to exactly 2.379. These precise upgrades successfully suppressed high-speed car-body trembling by over 32%. This creates a perfectly flat, horizontal plane with zero side-to-side vestibular sloshing, but blocking out the brutal noise of the tracks required an even deeper breakthrough. The train body is built using lightweight, double-shell hollow aluminum alloy profiles. These hollow frames normally act like giant acoustic speakers, amplifying track vibrations. Traditional soundproofing materials are way too thick and steal valuable passenger cabin space. So, engineers invented an advanced acoustic metamaterial called weak coupling split-tube resonators. These compact resonators contain paired 180-degree twisted ellipse-shaped tubes inside the walls. They are tuned to target low-frequency noise between 100 and 400 Hz. Sound waves enter the narrow channels and lose energy through viscous boundary layer friction. This acoustic trick slashes low-frequency noise by a massive 10 decibels. It keeps the indoor volume below 40 decibels, so you sleep in absolute peace. Even the beds are engineered parallel to the actual direction of travel. Traditional transverse beds expose your ears to harsh shear forces during braking, but the longitudinal capsule layout distributes acceleration smoothly along your body's axis. You can fly down the tracks at blistering speeds without waking up once. Behind the passenger luxury lies a terrifying macroeconomic weapon designed to compress space and time. The network systematically binds distant regional economies directly into major coastal tech hubs. Look at the extreme distance between the cities of Beijing and Hong Kong. They sit roughly 2,200 kilometers apart on a map. The high-speed sleeper train transforms this massive physical gap into a single, overnight block. An elite consultant can finish a full day of corporate work in Beijing. He boards a train at 9 p.m., sleeps soundly, and arrives at 7:30 a.m. He steps right into a high-stakes morning meeting in downtown Hong Kong. This seamless diurnal synchronization means zero daytime business hours are ever wasted. The trains primarily operate on strict weekend cycles from Friday night to Monday night. They target market to a fast-growing class of dual residency corporate workers. This hyper-efficiency has triggered a brutal financial collapse for regional commercial aviation. On overlapping domestic routes, airlines saw a massive 28% drop in total passengers. For short trips under 500 kilometers, the high-speed rail network completely dominates. A commercial flight route between Zhengzhou and Xi'an was cancelled within 48 days. For longer segments like Wuhan to Guangzhou, passenger flight demand plunged by 45%. Airlines were forced to slash daily flights from 15 down to just 9. This shift leaves China's big state-owned carriers trapped in a severe economic squeeze. They have high exposure to global fuel spikes because they lack robust hedging programs. They cannot pass fuel surcharges onto consumers when cheap sleepers are running. Short-haul flights plunged from 26% down to less than 16% nationwide. But this network does not just steal existing customers away from major airlines. It creates a massive wave of brand new, highly profitable, induced travel demand. It anchors secondary inland nodes like Wuhan and Changsha right into primary coastal ecosystems. The state systematically pulls isolated cities into the global supply chain overnight. To fully understand this massive system, we have to look directly at the hard fleet specifications. The flagship, Fuxing CR 400 AF-AE operates at a maximum cruising speed of 350 km per hour. It features a massive 16-car formation stretching over 414 meters from end to end. This specific model carries 652 total passengers across 538 first-class sleeper berths. Now compare that to the older double-deck CRH2E longitudinal capsule train. It runs at 250 kilometers per hour but crams in 880 capsule berths. But these technical numbers reveal a massive counterintuitive global structural question. Why did overnight sleepers successfully thrive here while completely dying out in advanced countries? Look at Japan's legendary Shinkansen high-speed bullet train network. They systematically phased out popular overnight sleeper trains like the Sunrise Express. Japan shuts down its entire high-speed network from midnight to 6 a.m. every night. This single-track shutdown creates a strict, mandatory maintenance regime that blocks night trains. Running overnight sleepers would violently violate these critical engineering safety windows. But China completely bypassed this fatal scheduling bottleneck using centralized state infrastructure planning. They built an extensive dual-track grid of parallel high-speed and passenger lines. When Track A enters a scheduled midnight maintenance shutdown, the system changes immediately. The state-run dispatchers dynamically divert the sleeper trains onto Track B at 300 kilometers per hour. This dual-track flexibility keeps the moving hotels running smoothly without violating safety rules. A single, unified corporate rail structure also entirely eliminates internal, inter-regional transfer fees. They seamlessly maximize track utility while locking in uniform, heavily subsidized ticket pricing models. With the upcoming 400 km per hour CR450 fleet, the space-time compression will explode. A massive 3,000-kilometer distance will fit perfectly inside a single 8-hour biological sleep block. China's high-speed sleeper network is far more than a comfortable engineering marvel. It is a highly calculated space-time compression engine. The system turns massive physical barriers into simple overnight rest cycles. As the new 400 km per hour CR450 fleet rolls out onto active tracks, the country will continue to expand its geographic and economic dominance. Airlines will lose more ground to these silent moving hotels. The world is watching a massive infrastructure revolution happen in real time. If you want to continue learning more about modern China, then make sure to subscribe and see you in the next video.